Hi fans of high quality entertainment. As you can see, this video is about great songs not sung by the main singer of the band. And I've made a Spotify playlist with 12 of the songs I've chosen. And there's of course more than 12 songs, 12 great songs that are sung by, another band member besides the main lead singer. But these are 12 of my favorites. And I would love your thoughts on, maybe some other songs where one of the other band members takes over the lead vocals and turns in a great performance. And please check out my playlist of the 12 songs. The link will be below. So the first song I've chosen is by Canned Heat, and the usual lead singer for the band was Bob Haidt. But once in a blue moon, I think on, maybe one or two album cuts, Alan Wilson would do a vocal. Two of the three big hits for Canned Heat, he did the lead vocals, Going Up the Country and On the Road Again. Both of those songs I love, basically the same. But I've chosen Going Up the Country. So that's my first choice. Going up the country where I wanna go. Sounds just like that. But yeah, I love, Bob Haidt, great blues singer. I love early Canned Heat. But Alan Wilson, there was just something special and very unique about his vocals. And also he was just a great musician. Number two. Yeah. As you hopefully know, Roger Daltrey is the lead singer for The Who. Sometimes I actually never really realized it when I was younger, but Pete Townsend did quite a few lead vocals or vocals on Who songs. And John Entwistle, he would usually have at least one song per album, The Who or more. And, I could have chosen Boris the Spider or other great songs. But I think my favorite from Who's Next is John Entwistle's My Wife. And, I also loved his humor. It was a little, something different than what Pete Townsend, who was like a genius for songwriting, but, something a little more humorous than what Pete would usually write. Number three. Yeah, I just recently did a video where I did an unboxing of the superb Rascals box set. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out. All of their Atlantic studio albums. And the remastering is excellent. Sounds amazing. And one of my favorite Rascals albums is called C. I remember buying the 45 of the title song, which is one of my all-time favorite 60s songs, C. And the B-side, the main singers were usually Felix, can't speak today, Felix Cavallari and Eddie Brigatti. But Gene Cornish, once in a blue moon, he would have a lead vocal or write a song and sing the lead vocal on it. And like I said, that was the B-side to the single. And I loved it right away. So it's another one of my all-time favorite 60s songs. And I think Gene just sings it really well. It's a great song. And the C album, the remastered version, is just so good. And I think it's a very underrated late 60s album. It was released December 15th, 1969. All right, number four. Yeah, this song that's on Technical Ecstasy, I feel the whole album is underrated, as is Never Say Die. And some people kind of put down this song because it's more poppy. Of course, it is sung by the drummer, Bill Ward, who I guess he's released some solo albums. I've never heard them, but I've heard or I've read that they're very, very good. Anyway, I love his vocals on It's All Right. I've always loved the song. I think it's a excellent pop song. Number 5. Yeah, of course, the Doors were at their best with Jim Morrison on lead vocals, but after he passed away, the Doors, without Jim, made a couple of albums, and I feel Other Voices, the first, is, it's not as good as the earlier albums with Jim Morrison, but it's still, I feel, an underrated album. And Ray Manzarek, his vocals on Tightrope Ride are great. He has a lot of passion in his vocals. Uh, the other song I almost picked was Ships with Sails, and his vocals on that are superb too. But yeah, it's just a great rockin' tune, and I've always loved it. So any of these songs that you're not familiar with, like I said, I hope you do check out my Spotify playlist and then come back and let me know what you think of all of these songs. Number 6. Yeah, the first Queen album. Of course, Freddie Mercury was the lead singer. But Roger Taylor and Brian May sometimes, they would do lead vocals. And at least early on, not so much later on, but Roger Taylor would have a lead vocal or two on an album. And he wrote some great songs. And he's a very underrated drummer too. And so the first lead vocal by him was on their debut album, and it's a great rockin' tune called Modern Times Rockin'. Number 7. Yeah, the Kinks, of course, Ray Davies or Davis, however you want to pronounce it. I always say Davies. Um, his brother, Dave, would sometimes, if he's lucky, get a song of his on a Kinks album, at least early on, and later on, I guess. And there's Death of a Clown, which is excellent, but I think my favorite Dave song that he does the lead vocals for is Strangers. It's just a beautiful song that's on Lola versus Power Man and the Money Go Round Part 1. Number 8. Yeah, Blue Oyster Cult. They had more than one lead singer, but the main one usually was Eric Bloom or one of the Bouchard brothers. But Dharma, who is of course most known for Burning for You and especially Don't Fear the Reaper. But I feel one of the deep cuts on Spectres, where he does the lead vocals, is very underrated. It's called I Love the Night. Just a gorgeous song, and Buck sings it so well. If you haven't heard the song, check it out. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Yes, the great Stu Cook. Yeah, this final album by CCR kind of gets bashed, and for a good reason, I guess, because John Fogerty didn't do the vocals on all of the album. He didn't write all of the songs. He had the other, Stu Cook and Doug. Doug Clifford. Took me a second to remember his name. Yeah, they wrote some of the songs, and some of them are not very good. But I remember first buying the single before this album came out, Sweet Hitchhiker, and the B-side was Stu Cook's Door to Door, where he does the lead vocals and he wrote the song. And I think he sings the song. He's not a great singer, and especially on the other songs he did the lead vocals for. But I think Door to Door suited his voice. I think it's a good rockin' song. And so I've always loved it. That's number 9. 3 more to go. Yeah, of course, for Kiss, it was usually Paul Stanley on lead vocals and Gene Simmons. But once in a blue moon, their drummer, Peter Criss, would get a vocal like on Beth. And the first vocal he ever did, and it's my favorite, is Black Diamond. I'm not a big fan of Kiss, but some of their early albums I do like, and my favorite is the debut. And I think Black Diamond is probably my probably is my favorite Kiss song. Peter just kills it on the vocals. It's excellent. For 11, the lead singer of the Rolling Stones is Mick Jagger. I bet you didn't know that. But once again, once per album usually, or twice, maybe 3 times, Keith Richards would do a lead vocal. And I think my favorite, I mean, I could have chosen other ones like Happy, but I think my favorite is from Emotional Rescue, the final song. And Keith isn't a great singer, but I love his emotion. He really sells the song, the way he sings it. And I do love his vocals. And All About You is one of my all-time favorite Rolling Stones songs. And I've also made this playlist, so hopefully somebody out there can enjoy the whole playlist, some rockers and some slower songs, and hope you check it out. The last song, and like I said, there's lots more, and I'd love your thoughts on what other bands where the lead singer isn't the lead singer, it's some other band member singing, and he's turned in a great performance and a great song. Number 12. Yes, NCC, of course, all of them did vocals, background vocals and all that. But Kevin Godley, the drummer, I don't think he did that too many lead vocals. I could be wrong. I've been wrong once before. Yeah, so this is from my favorite 10cc album, How Dare You. It's the final song, Don't Hang Up. Lead vocals by Kevin Godley. Like I said, he's the drummer, and he just a gorgeous vocal and a really nice song. And that is my great songs not sung by the main singer of the band. So I'm looking forward to some comments of, other songs, or also comments about what you feel about these songs I've chosen, if you like them or not. And if you do check out the playlist, please come back and leave your thoughts on it. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Please remember to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment below. Bye.